On the outer lip of the Milky Way galaxy lies a tiny cluster of stars that conceal the Vasteel solar system. This system is comprised of 15 planets with incredibly diverse climates. On Belos, the seventh planet, intelligent life exists. A century ago, however, Belos became seriously short of natural resources. While exploration teams were sent out, the Emperor started an experimental nuclear fission program that provided the planet with power, but also generated tons of deadly waste. This waste was exported to some of the neighboring planets that were deemed worthless, but it destabilized them and threatened the Vasteel system's very existence. Meanwhile, the interplanetary mining colonies demanded a share of the profits that were being generated. Rodriguez-Faricia, the 48th Emperor of Belos, attempted to stabilize his kingdom, but his political agenda was much too conservative to achieve any lasting benefit to the people. Regardless, his reign was cut short.
Sir, we're under attack. Terrorists are inside the royal palace.
Your Majesty, you're in danger here. Let's go!
Your Majesty, are you in any pain, sir?
No, I'm just so weak. Are Faliall and Stefan here?
Yes, they've been waiting outside for hours.
Tell them to come in.
Shania, how is our father?
He just regained consciousness. He requested to see both of you.
Let's go!
Not yet. Remember, he's in extremely critical condition. Please try not to upset him. He has a tough 12 hours ahead of him. He may not make it. You mustn't speak with him too long.
Father!
My sons, thank you for coming. I know that I'm dying. There are some things I must say.
Father, you'll pull through. You'll be out of here in no time.
But alas, Faliall, I know my physical condition. I am mortally wounded. My life is ending, and I have failed to make the radical changes necessary to better our society. My sons, I'm an old man with old ideas that can't better our world. I know this. You must work together. If you work together, anything is possible. You've learned the custom of choosing the emperors of Belos from the Faliall family. I must choose one of you as the next emperor. I wish I could appoint you both, but I cannot. As you know, the law states that there shall be only one emperor ruling Belos. What's worse, the reign of the 49th emperor will be difficult. There are forces trying to tear our planet apart from within. They are strong, and our people are unhappy. These problems must be solved by the emperor I choose. So now, I must decide our planet's fate. The next emperor shall be...
Father! Please, go now. Your father must have complete quiet.
Shania, please take care of him.
Despite the efforts of the Royal Medical Team, Rodriguez-Faricia died. Faliall, the eldest of his two sons, was chosen to be the 49th Emperor of Belos. Like his father, Faliall-Faricia proved to be a conservative ruler. 1 year passed with no major changes for the better in Belosian society. Faliall's brother, Stefan, grew dissatisfied with the lack of progress on the part of his brother. It was Stefan's idealistic belief that Faliall should create more drastic social reforms. Even if they were painful for the short term, the long-term benefits would be worth the sacrifice. Daily, Stefan grew more disgruntled, until one fateful day.
What could my brother Faliall be thinking? Does he really believe these policies will work?
But sir, he is merely continuing the same policies your father originally implemented.
I don't think Faliall has a clue. What an idiot. He's just like father.
Okay, sir.
Master Stefan, there's a man named Buster asking to meet with you. What shall I do with him?
Buster the industrialist? What could that crooked swine want? Just send him away.
Sir, he insists that he brings good news for you.
Okay, he's got 2 minutes. Send him in.
Yes, sir.
The matter we are about to discuss is very sensitive. If you would, please clear the room.
Soldiers, leave us.
Yes, sir.
Now then, what do you want?
Ah, just the way I like to deal. Direct and to the point. It's been heard around that you are growing more and more dissatisfied with the Emperor's policies.
That's completely absurd. I am not against my brother's policies. He has my respect and support.
I have not come this far to hear your official stand on this matter, Stefan. I know you are dissatisfied with your brother's policies, so admit it.
You're nuts.
But Stefan, you know as well as I that you are dissatisfied with your brother's slow policies. It infuriates you that your brother won't listen to your suggestions. I believe that you have a great political talent, but it's being wasted in your brother's shadow. You must take the reins of this government before it falls into anarchy. You alone can do this, but you must act quickly.
This is madness.
No, this is not madness. It is a vision of the future, a great future. Working together, we can realize it.
What? What do you mean? Tell me.
Ah, Stefan, it seems I have your full attention now. Working together, we can carry out a successful coup.
A coup? Impossible.
Oh, but it isn't. Listen, Stefan, if you give me your permission, I can round up enough soldiers to form an army. In fact, I have enough manufacturing capacity to make high-quality ATACs for you around the clock. If we can come to an agreement, I can collect the necessary resources to fuel your uprising in no time at all.
But Faliall's army is very strong.
But if this rule continues, Belos will decline into anarchy anyway. Besides, Stefan, you know as well as I that the people are thirsting for real change, and you're it.
That's true. But what's in this for you?
If your revolt succeeds, I want it guaranteed that your government will buy all the necessary materials and equipment from me to develop the surrounding planets.
That's all?
Simple as that.
If I gain control, each planet will govern their own mining rights. Understand?
That's no problem. I'll approach them at that time.
Okay then. I guess we're partners. But just to be clear, I'm doing this for the people of Vasteel. Not just to make you rich.
Perfectly clear.
8 months later, Stefan, Buster, and their core group of supporters set out for Jaroa, the 8th planet. Stefan's team landed in the most populous area of the planet and set about making preparations for the formal announcement of the revolution. On the 8th day of Alar, Stefan broadcast a declaration of war to all of the inhabited planets of Vasteel, inviting the people to join forces against Faliall's government. The movement met with initial success, gathering the support of 70% of the people. Without resistance, the Revolutionary Army captured the 4 neighboring planets. However, Faliall had positioned troops loyal to him on Noma, marking the beginning of what would soon become a historic battle for power.
Philip, I've underestimated Stefan. I didn't understand how seriously he took the idea of saving this planet.
But, Majesty, this is not your fault. Master Stefan is not acting totally alone. He is being prodded into this action by Buster, who has his own sinister agenda.
Philip, you don't understand. Stefan was always in my shadow. I felt Father never respected him. I helped push him away by never listening to his point of view on anything. But I always did what I thought was best. Since Stefan felt he would remain number 2 all his life, he took this opportunity to assert himself. I know my brother never would have tried something this radical if Father were still the Emperor. Even though Father's policies were the same as mine, Stefan respected his authority. But now Father is gone, and Stefan has turned against me. I can't help but think if I had just spent more time with him, understanding his ideas, I could have prevented all this.
But, Your Majesty, you have always been considerate of your brother's thoughts and ideas.
Thank you. Those are soothing words, but wasted. Philip, I alone must take the blame for this. I do not want to kill Stefan, but I am the Emperor. I must protect my inherited kingdom, regardless of the cost. Perhaps if I contact Stefan, I can understand his position and end this war before it begins. It is our last chance to stop this lunacy. I must try.
But Emperor, I don't think that Stefan can be reasoned with at this point.
Perhaps not, but I must try to avert this disaster. Establish contact with the rebel command post.
Hello, Your Majesty. A fine day for a battle, don't you think?
Do you realize how serious this is?
But do you realize how serious we are? Our effort to overthrow you is supported by the majority of the people of Vasteel.
Brother, nothing you can say will stop me from fighting for the rights of the people of Vasteel. I am willing to risk everything for them.
But your army is a bad joke. We will crush you into dust. You can't win. Stefan, once the battle begins, there is no turning back. Don't start this.
So, my dear brother, your cowardice comes to light at last. You're just afraid to fight us.
That's not true.
I think it is.
All right then. That was your last chance. Your arrogance will be your downfall, brother. I'll see you on the battlefield.
Sir, you tried your best.
I don't want to fight my own brother, but if that impudent brat insists on a battle, then a battle he shall have. His pathetic excuse for an army doesn't stand a chance. If we can hold the rebels at Noma, we should be able to crush them. Philip, I want them kept from the cities, at any cost. On Noma, what is our troop situation? Good or bad?
Our forces are strong. We've just sent new reinforcements to the front.
Good. I'm looking forward to a show of our military might. We have taken our first step toward ultimate victory. Philip, what are your recommendations now?
From our current position, sir, there are two possible routes. Each is situated at an extreme. The first is through Kengola, the desert planet. The other path is through the icy wastelands of Galandia, the 11th planet. We have an immense advantage if we make Golandia our primary target.
Why?
Sir, because on Golandia, snowfields will most likely be our main battleground. We will be relying heavily on the Arctic ATACs. Our cold weather ATACs are more advanced than theirs. Factor that with our current troop skill, and we're a formidable force.
I see. That may be just the advantage we need to win this battle. Philip, tell me about conditions on Kengola.
Majesty, the battle on Kengola will most likely be difficult for our troops. Our desert ATAC program just started and is still at the research stage. We don't have ATAC suited to battle in the burning hell of Kengola. And what's worse, the rebels have a research center on Kengola. They've spent considerable time developing highly sophisticated desert ATACs there.
That makes the decision much easier. We should take Galandia first, then move on. The factories we capture will increase our ATAC output.
But sir, to complicate things further, our weapons research division has requested that we take Kengola as soon as possible.
Where on Bellows did they get the nerve to make a request like that?
It appears out of line, sir, but they have stated that the harsh desert environment on Kengola will speed the progress of their new extreme weapons program.
Ah, yes. That could produce long-term benefits.
Majesty, what's your command?
Philip, set course for Galandia. Kengola will have to wait. This environment is so harsh. Will our troops hold up?
Don't worry, Majesty. Our troops did quite well in Huma's environment, and it was far worse than this.
Well, let's hope that's the case. Philip, begin the attack. This environment is so harsh. I fear this will be a difficult battle.
Yes, our warriors are beginning to tire out.
Well, unfortunately, we cannot advance without winning this battle. We knew what we were in for. Get the job done. Philip, we've made significant progress, but a strategic error at this point would be disastrous. What is your recommendation?
It appears that our best course is along one of two paths. The first is through the Nikiu asteroid belt. The asteroids are rich in Tiberal metals. If we capture Nikiu, we will also be able to mine other precious mineral resources, thus reducing our weapons cost considerably.
And the other choice?
The other path is through El Guela, the sixth planet. It has a tropical environment, but seems to have no real strategic importance.
Brief me on the rebel army's current strength.
Sir, the whole area ahead of us has been fortified by the rebel troops. It's very dangerous. Each area has vanguard troops in orbit. The rebels have doubled their reinforcements. They also have been testing new ATACs. It appears the rebel command understands the importance of Nikiu because their presence is much larger there than on El Guela.
Interesting.
Given our current military strength, we should be able to conquer El Guela, but Nikiu is another matter. This intelligence report is not very encouraging with regard to Nikiu.
Well, Philip, the choice seems clear. But are we being manipulated?
Sir, let's find out.
Philip, I've decided. Put the troops on alert. We're going to take Nikiu. They've rolled out the red carpet to invite us to our destruction.
Imagine that. What's not to like? Perhaps the fact that we're going to squash them?
Crush their communication system. Destroy their planetary headquarters. Leave no trace of them. The rebels' technology has improved.
Yes. Their military technology has improved greatly. But fortunately, their support troops are still weaker than ours.
Philip, our troops also outnumber theirs. We should have no problem here. Let's move. We've made it to the last line of rebel defenses on Nikiu. Our troops seem to be holding up well.
Yes, our troops are holding up well, but the rebel troops are weakening rapidly.
That's great. But Philip, don't underestimate their resolve. Begin our final assault. The rebels are weak here, as I suspected.
Yes, Majesty, but that's because this area has little significance.
This planet itself has little strategic importance. So, Stefan must have thought that we wouldn't bother with it. Now he will lose all his troops posted here. He'll have to send in troops from Nikiu to try to save them. But that will give us ample time to take the planet. We'll be ready for his reinforcements. It will be a crushing defeat for them.
So that's your plan, Majesty. When you decided to come here, I was certain that you'd lost your mind.
I know my brother better than anyone. This is a strategic mistake he will live to regret. Philip, what are those?
Sir, they're called Merkers by the natives. If we engage them in combat, they could cause extensive damage or complete loss of our ATACs.
That's great. Now we have to deal with this and the rebels. What area do those creatures inhabit?
Primarily the swamps and damper regions, sir.
Okay then. Warn our troops about them. One more victory will crush the rebels here. El Guela is ours. But remember to stay alert for the Merkers.
Majesty, listen to this. Intelligence found the remnants of the rebel forces at Nikiu moving toward Lesark.
How much of their strength is in their vanguard troops?
Sir, we estimate about 30%. However, the additional troops moving there will increase that to 40%.
Wonderful. It appears we have a tough battle ahead of us. Our troops will start at a strategic disadvantage.
Majesty, if we are not able to defeat the troops at Lesark, we won't stand a chance of taking control of Jaroa.
I understand. We're down, but we're not out. Split the vanguard squadron to attack from two sides. Philip, Lesark will be ours. Philip, we've broken through. Occupying Lesark should be a breeze. And Jaroa's next. Our victory at Laysark is close at hand.
Once this campaign is complete, we can concentrate on Geroa.
That's true, Philip. But focus the troops on this battle. We must win here. My brother. He never ceases to amaze me, Philip. His troops have rebounded from earlier defeats.
They do seem to be quite resilient, Majesty. Their new military technology is far more powerful than we had first imagined.
That's quite true, Philip. But we can't give up now. We will have only Geroa left to take. We must try again. Send out new troops to the field. Taking this position was tough, but we made it.
Sir, currently we're near the North Pole. We have a long campaign ahead. Intelligence reports the rebel command post is located near the equator. The rebels are sending out troops to prevent our advance.
Do they pose any significant threat to us?
Sir, they do have considerable cold weather fighting experience.
Warn the troops, then begin the attack. Now! Our plans to take the rebel command post have been foiled.
Yes, sir. They've gathered their strongest troops to stop us.
There's only one option. Attack again! If we win this, we can end this foolish war.
Your Majesty, we should attack immediately.
Is Stefan inside?
Yes.
Philip, I hope he comes to his senses before it's too late. It's over, isn't it?
Yes. There are some that are resisting us inside the headquarters, but they should surrender very soon.
Philip, prepare the royal ATAC for me at once.
But, Majesty...
I won't let someone else finish Stefan. I must go to him myself.
Then, Majesty, I'll be praying for your safe return.
If something should happen to me, Philip, you are next in command.
Majesty.
Hope for the best, Philip. So long. That's Stefan's ATAC. I'd know it anywhere.
It's about time you showed up, brother.
Since you won't come to your senses, this is where we'll decide this once and for all.
And once I am victorious, dear brother, I'll have your head for all the good men your army killed.
Your arrogance will be your downfall, brother.
At last, it's finally over.
You've proven your superiority. I've been mortally wounded. You got what you wanted. And now, brother, your new empire will be built on the ashes of mine. Please, just remember me.
I will never forget you, brother. You fought hard for your beliefs.
But now, I realize how foolish war is, and how inevitable change is. It would have come anyway.
But Faliall, people will learn from our mistakes.
Yes.
You're near death.
Stefan, please finish me. Hurry.
Forgive me, my brother. I'll see you in hell. Faliall, it appears I shall see you sooner than I thought.
At the conclusion of the war, the imperial system was abolished in favor of a society ruled by the will of the people. Although this was closer to the ideals of the Revolutionary Army and the people that they represented, war was never far from Belos, and 70 more years of unrest had to be endured before the people of Belos found the peace that the original revolutionary forces never knew.
It's over. I finished what I had to do.
My brother, get away immediately. It's dangerous. There is much left to do.
No. I've done everything I set out to accomplish.
Leave here, or you'll be killed by my troops.
But I must get you to a safe place. Your condition is extremely critical. You need medical attention.
No, brother.
You don't know what you're saying. You must get to a hospital. Without help, you'll die. I can't let you die. I thought I could, but I cannot.
Thank you, Faliall. Maybe this is a beginning. The dawn of a new era of peace. I hope so.
Yes. Future generations must learn from this. War is not the only way. Hopefully, they will remember.
Hopefully. Now let's get out of here, friend.
Right.
At the conclusion of the war, the imperial system was abolished in favor of a society ruled by the will of the people. Although this was closer to the ideals of the Revolutionary Army and the people that they represented, war was never far from Belos, and 70 more years of unrest had to be endured before the people of Belos found the peace that the original revolutionary forces never knew.
The enemy defenses are weak here. They must think this is a worthless area.
Well, I've totally forgotten my line.
Do you want to snuggle after work? Let's go.